See you, John.
See you.
Bye, Vaughn. Thanks.
Bye.
It's getting more and more difficult for the last few days in the Simpson Desert. The furthest we can push for a single day is about only 60 kilometers, and 40 to 50 for average. Especially for the last 2 days, I've never had a feeling that a day could be this long. But finally, after 7 days without any cell phone service, we crossed the last sand dune in the Simpson Desert. Arrived in a place called Andado Station, and I'm about to tell you a well-known story in the outback.
Here's what I like, laying on the beach with sunlight in my eyes, laughing with my friends under the sky, following our hearts so then we take a ride. Wherever, I always try to let my spirit fly, fly away. That's the only way to get that high, high, always.
Andado Station is a cattle station. The owner of here was a lady called Molly. Molly lived in Andado for the most of her life, and showed her hospitality to everyone coming out from the desert. From 1969, Ian and John's first expedition, to 2012, Molly passed away. After that, Molly's family kept everything unchanged in Andado Station, just like she never left. And the whole Andado Station became a campground for travelers to use, $10 each person. And also, John shared us about his memory of Molly.
I met her first in 1969. When we were part of that expedition that came across the desert for the first time from the east in vehicles. We arrived here at a time when they weren't expecting us. We had set off a month earlier than we had intended to do so that they didn't know we were coming. The night we arrived here, it was about 7 o'clock at night. It wasn't here, but when we arrived at the new homestead, they were sitting there having tea, and they could see these lights coming from the east. They said, "Who the heck is this? Nobody ever comes from the east to Andado." And we rolled up. And Molly was standing at the front door with sweaty stubbies ready for us. And boy, were they good. I've never tasted anything like it in my life.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
8天之后，我们终于回到了人类的文明爱丽丝泉。How do you like the cell phone signal?
It's great. I have service. Yay!
Yeah. After taking a 2 days rest in Alice Spring, some of us will leave the team, and the rest will keep heading west to Stay Point. After we left the Alice Spring, we officially started our Northern Territory and Western Australia journey. This part will be much easier compared to the Simpson Desert, much faster and also much more comfortable.
I'm trying to stay focused, but somehow all I can think of is when you split. I gotta find the motive, play forward Watch every sequence bit by bit, 'cause this is my own investigation. I am obsessed with finding out why you left. I keep on searching for the missing pieces, try to find the reason why I ended up without you, baby.
The daily life for the Western Australia was much easier, and all the team members are more relaxed than before. The road conditions were pretty good, but we still have to pay a lot of attention to the road. If you are driving too crazy, it still can be really dangerous. We have seen a lot of cars rolled over by the roadside. Me and Rick were actually counted that all the parts from those Land Cruiser 95 series abandoned on the roadside can build up a fully functioning car.
But I won't rest my case until I know. I keep on searching for the missing pieces, try to find the reason why I ended up without you, baby. I got about a million leads to find the answer why you left me in the cold.
All right, so we have about 1,000 kilometers left before we get to Steep Point. The last 50 of it is going to be dirt, but we're running into the pavement. So we've come 2,600 kilometers since we left Birdsville into the dirt. It's almost been all dirt tracks, sand dunes, corrugated roads. Fantastic trip, but it's time to air up the tires. We've got our ARB electric compressor, gauge, going to go up to highway pressure and head to Steep Point.
I keep on searching for the missing pieces, try to find the reason why I ended up without you, baby. I got about a million leads to find the answer why you left me in the cold. I'm turning every stone like a detective. What's your objective? I guess I'm addicted. I need to know why you reject.
Finally, after 2,700 kilometers driving, we arrived at a Steep Point, which is on the Indian Ocean. This is the most west point of the Australia continent, and just at this point, we're about to end up our great adventure.